All right. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you may be. It is actually 10:03 a.m. here in Honolulu. I realize that it's anywhere from between 3 and 6 hours ahead of this time on the mainland. But welcome. My name is Kimberly Nicole Evans. I am the CEO of Seismic Transformations, and we have been on a journey of going through the process of becoming a soulpreneur, actually transitioning into entrepreneurship based upon your soul's calling and not just doing it because you know that you can make X amount of dollars selling, straw hats and baby shoes or whatever it may be. But actually to move into a transition from corporate America into entrepreneurship, following your soul's journey. So today we are going to be talking about visualization and emotional anchoring. And I also want to go ahead and mention that on this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be hosting a live webinar on CORE, which is a concept that I developed, which is simply characteristics, traits, and gifts that you have that are absolutely unique to you, that are original and unique to you, and that when realized and promoted will lead you to living an absolutely exceptional life, and not just the life that you have. Even if the life that you have is a good one, it can be better. It can go in a direction that absolutely you want it to be going, and not just in a direction that you have. And for those of you who have found yourselves at a point where you are actually living through your career and through your business exactly where you want to be, our programs can also help you to grow even further, help you to tap into and realize the overall strength that you have and the vision as a CEO and leader to actually develop a company that works for you, that is for everything that you want to have for yourself, your employees, your stakeholders, your stockholders, and your family. Today, we're going to talk about visualization and emotional anchoring. Visualization and emotional anchoring. One of the greatest teachers out there when it comes to visualization is actually one of my mentors, Michael Beckwith. He has a wonderful, wonderful book that is titled Life Visioning. But visualization is a powerful tool that aligns your mindset with your goals. It can easily be one of the most useful and effective techniques for bridging the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not just about daydreaming. This is not child's play. It's a mental rehearsal that trains your brain to recognize opportunities and overcome limitations. Tony Robbins frequently emphasizes the importance of visualizing success and the emotional state that comes with it. You have to really, really be able to tie your emotions to the visualizations that you have. Many of us do this through meditation. Individuals do it through prayer, but there is a way that you actually have to go through your visualization and also tie the emotional state to it. It's not a state of desperation. It is not a state of daydreaming. When you vividly imagine achieving your dreams, your mind starts to see them as achievable. We are, as human beings who are spiritual beings incarnated into these physical bodies, we were actually made to create. We were made to have different desires, which is why we have the gift of imagination. And out of all the animals on this planet, human beings, as far as we know, are really the only individuals who actually have the ability to imagine. So when you vividly imagine achieving your dreams, your mind starts to see them as achievable, and the limiting beliefs start to lose their grip. You honestly start to believe that you can achieve what it is that you see in your visions. When you immerse yourself in a future version of you, you're not just envisioning success, you're actively dismantling the limiting beliefs that tell you that it isn't possible. I'm a big fan of Marvel, right? And if you watch Marvel, they have a series, most of their series is built around this concept of a multiverse. Now, I'm not saying that that is what we're in and that is what we are absolutely living in, but I want you to understand that there is a concept of a future you. And we do it all the time. Before you were able to achieve whatever degree that you have, before you were able to achieve the job that you have or the career that you have, you actually envisioned yourself working in that career, achieving that degree, or doing whatever it was that you were doing now. You were envisioning your future self. We do it all the time, but somehow when individuals say it out loud, it seems like something hokey and wonky. But that is absolutely what we do all the time, every day. When we're setting goals, unless you are achieving that goal right in that moment, the goal or the achievement or the results of the goal are going to come at some future time. And all you're doing is seeing yourself celebrating in that future goal, seeing yourself working in that particular career, seeing yourself starting that particular business. Imagine this scenario, right? Imagine this scenario. You're an entrepreneur running a thriving business. You're sitting in your beautiful, organized office, having just wrapped up an inspiring meeting with a team that truly gets your vision. Your clients rave about the impact your work has had on their lives, and you have the freedom to take an afternoon off to spend with your loved ones. See each small detail clearly. Visualization is most effective when it's vivid, when you can actually use your senses, see, taste, hear, touch, smell, everything that is happening in that scene. The more sensory specific you can be, the more anchored your mind becomes to this version of success. And it just becomes more and more of who you are. It is what I call and others call the knowing, doing, being. And you're starting to close the gap from knowing, visualization, doing, and then being, becoming that entrepreneur, becoming that role that you see yourself in for your next promotion. So one of the exercises that I do want everyone to just take out a pencil and write this down. You can also replay the video. This is an exercise to activate your self-visualization. I want you to prepare a space. Choose a quiet area where you can sit or lie down comfortably without distractions. It is very important that you're able to do this, to be comfortable and also to do it without distractions. I want you to also practice deep breathing. This is not anything that is weird or odd. You practice deep breathing when you're working out. You practice deep breathing to calm yourself down. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths to relax your body and clear your mind. Immerse yourself in your vision. Picture yourself as the successful entrepreneur you aspire to be. What does your workspace look like? How do you spend your day? Are you stressed out at your desk? Are you constantly looking over the shoulders of your employees because you think they're stealing from you? Or do you see highly successful, intelligent, creative individuals who are helping you to build a successful business? They're contributing, they're intelligent, they're able to lead, they're able to learn, they're coachable. How do you spend your day? What do you see in your office? What does your office look like? Do you have a great view like the view I have behind me? Or are you looking out at an open warehouse style room? Do you hear the laughter of a supportive team or the satisfactions of clients praising your work or your product? Engage your senses with every element of that life. Start to see yourself engaging with your clients and your customers, and they're pleased and they're giving you valuable feedback. And you have a team that receives that feedback, and they're creative enough and talented enough to take that feedback and help you to grow your company. How you immerse yourself in your vision matters. Because if you don't take the time to at least envision what it looks like, you're just going to leave it to chance. You're going to leave it to mechanical living. And that is exactly what you do not want to do. You want to be able to intentionally be able to go throughout your day, and through your visualization exercises, start to shape and frame your day and your future self. Anchor in emotion. Identify the emotions tied to this moment. Is it excitement? Gratitude? Freedom? Do you feel the freedom? Or are you that entrepreneur that feels the pressure of being tied to your desk and your email is going off every second? Are you that entrepreneur, that leader who has no control over your schedule, and you just are allowing people to put dates and times on your calendar and you're running to and fro in absolute chaos? Or are you in absolute control of your environment and your response to your environment? Feel those emotions fully in your body and focus on how they empower you and how you feel. If you have a thought that you feel overwhelmed in it, you feel your anxiety rising, you are in contrast of what it is that naturally comes to you as a person, as a spiritual being, which is comfort, which is satisfaction and peace. You're swimming upstream. So be very aware of the emotions that are going through your body at the time that you're having a thought and at the time that you're fulfilling any type of action. Return often. Use your visualization as your mental home base. Don't just see it one time. Whenever you sit back, whenever you relax, and make moments, take time to make the time for you to be able to have a quiet downtime. Even if it's 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Anytime fear or doubt creeps in, revisit your vision of your future self and reconnect with your potential. Don't allow yourself to be pulled in 100 different directions and your mind to be going in 1,000 different directions. Here's a quote from Tony Robbins. Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in your life. And it is absolutely true. Your outside life is an absolute mirror to your inside thoughts and your inside mind. If you have chaos on the outside and confusion on the outside, that's because that's what you're experiencing on the inside of your mind. Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you'll experience in your life. Tony Robbins. This insight from Robbins should remind you that our thoughts shape our reality. Our thoughts become things. By consistently visualizing your success, you create a mental foundation for achieving it. Visualization is highly important. I take the time every morning and every evening when I wake up, before I go to bed, and sometimes even in the middle of the night when I wake up to get some water. I'll take 2 to 3 minutes just to go back to my visualization, because we're creating and we're visualizing even when we're sleeping. Visualization transforms abstract dreams into something tangible. The more consistently you practice, the more those dreams begin to feel not only possible, but inevitable. You start to understand that there is nothing between you and your next goal. The magic of visualization lies in its emotional anchor. When you tie the vision of success to a feeling of confidence, a feeling of joy, a feeling of purpose, it creates a powerful feedback loop. Neuroscience backs this up. Neuroscience has been studying the effects of emotion and visioning. By repeatedly engaging with positive emotion, your brain starts to rewire itself, making it easier to feel motivated and capable when facing challenges. One of my favorite shows is by Dr. Joe Dispenza on the Gaia channel, and it's called just that, Rewire. How to actually go through the process of rewiring your brain, making it easier to feel motivated and capable when facing challenges. How can you use this daily? Ask yourself. Consider building emotional anchors into your routine. For example, listen to music that inspires you during your visualization, or use a signature item like a bracelet or a journal as a reminder of the successful future that you are building. Whenever you get distracted, have some type of trigger that you go through, whether it's a journal, whether it's a watch. Some people will wear a ring, whether it's their wedding ring or wear a ring on a different finger, and they'll just, touch it, roll it, just to remind them that they have reached a trigger and that they need to go back to having their positive thoughts and not immerse themselves in any type of negative thinking or negative thoughts. Alongside visualizing, did you know that your words also hold immense power? Affirmations are a powerful tool for overcoming limiting beliefs. If you don't want to call them affirmations, good. Call them prayers, call them whatever you want to call it, if affirmations is something that you are not comfortable with. Every time you tell yourself, I'm not good at this or that, or I can't do this or that, you reinforce those beliefs. But the opposite is true as well. By repeating positive statements about yourself and your potential, you start to shift your internal dialogue from doubt to confidence. Affirmations are a way, or positive words or mantras, or a way to retrain your internal dialogue, shifting it from disempowering phrases to words that absolutely uplift you. There is no point in talking down to yourself. There's people around you who believe it or not, do that all the time, whether they do it under their breath or attempt to do it to your face. You don't have to join in by talking down to yourself. Be very careful about what you think of yourself and how you talk to yourself. Not all affirmations pack the same punch. To be effective, they must feel personal and resonate with your genuine aspirations. A generic, I'm doing great, won't be as impactful as saying, I am resourceful, capable, determined to find solutions for my business success. I am resourceful, I am capable, and determined to find solutions for my business success. You often will hear people say, when you ask them how they're doing, they'll say, oh, I'm blessed. Great. Well, can you add something to that? Can you add more to it? I'm blessed. I am full of potential. I am full of possibilities. I only see solutions. Challenges don't bother me. They don't mean anything to me because I only see the potential, possibilities, and solutions. That's also a way of saying that you're blessed. I have all of my needs yet and everything that I ever want and beyond. And I will have this or something greater. Here's how to create meaningful affirmations. Make them specific. Instead of vague statements, tailor your affirmations to specific skills or qualities you want to nurture. For example, I'm a visionary leader, capable of inspiring my team towards our shared goals. Instead of saying, I'm all right, I'm cool, I'm a good leader. I'm a visionary leader capable of inspiring my team towards our shared goals. Infuse them with emotion. State them with feeling. Words like abundant, joyful, or confident can amplify their effect. Align them with action. For example, I trust my ability to thrive financially can act as a trigger for taking positive steps, like improving pricing strategies or cutting expenses. I can't tell you how many times I speak to entrepreneurs that participate in my mastermind, and you can learn more about our various masterminds that we run from anywhere from 8 weeks to 4 months, where I have CEOs that will actually tell me that they are afraid to raise their pricing, although all of the things on the outside, whether they're tariffs or whatever, the cost of supplies, they don't want to change. They're scared to death to change their pricing, even by a few cents. They don't want to lay anyone off, even when the individuals aren't doing the job that they're paying them to do. It's not as if they're suffering through having great employees that they somehow have to let go for whatever reason. It is amazing how many entrepreneurs do not want to let go of the employees that aren't even doing the job that you're paying them to do. So these are all things that you have to be aware of when it comes to your thinking. And when you're making statements, and don't just say I'm frugal. I trust my ability to thrive financially. That is a heck of a lot different than just saying I'm cheap and frugal. It can act as a trigger for positive steps. Exercise your daily affirmation ritual. Write 3 affirmations that directly counter your most persistent doubts. For example, if you often think I'm not good with money, replace it with I'm learning new strategies to manage my finances and gaining confidence every day. I am learning new strategies to manage my finances and gaining confidence every day. I guarantee you anything that you've done with your finances, your credit, it can be corrected. But you have to have the mindset in order to understand that there are always solutions to any problem. Most problems, there's a solution. As a matter of fact, all problems, there's a solution. It's just a matter of having the awareness and having the ability to be able to tap into the resources. Every math equation that has been solved was once a question mark, a problem. Someone actually had to go through the process of solving it. Stand in front of a mirror and say your affirmation aloud every morning and evening. Engage with them deeply. Don't just recite the words, but feel the truth of them. Use moments of stress or doubt during the day to pause and repeat your affirmations. Do not let your overwhelming negative thoughts occupy your mind for more than 60 seconds. Don't let it become a waterfall whereby you start to see things and experience the negativity that's in your mind. Stop it. Use moments of stress or doubt during the day to pause and repeat your affirmations. Embed these statements in your routine so they become second nature. One of the affirmations that I have that I teach to my business owners and to my other career professionals is that I am blessed in absolute abundance. That for every dollar I spend, I receive $1 back 1,000-fold. There is no end to the goodness and the abundance of the universe and of the Creator. And it helps you to get over whatever issues you may have about spending money, whether it's paying bills or treating yourself to a nice gift or taking your family on a wonderful vacation. And I'm not saying being stupid with your spending, but at the same time, you cannot live in a lifestyle of budgeting every dollar and expecting abundance. Those are opposing thoughts. And practicing abundance, those are opposing thoughts. And again, that doesn't mean that you be irresponsible with what you have. I am capable of achieving my goals. Remember that. I am resilient and can overcome any challenge. I trust my ability to create a successful business, a successful life, a successful career. You must be able to bet on yourself and trust yourself. Read your affirmations daily, ideally first thing in the morning and before bed. The repetition will start to overwrite the old limiting beliefs, gradually creating a mindset of empowerment. Affirmations are seeds, mantras, prayers, whatever word makes you feel comfortable to actually get through the act of doing it. Plant them daily and watch as they shape the way you see yourself and your abilities. Michael Beckwith, quote, "The only limits in our life are those we impose on ourselves." Michael Beckwith's quote is a call to take control of our internal narratives by choosing affirmations that align with our goals. We replace self-imposed limits with statements that reflect our true potential. You can and will harness a growth mindset for your long-term wins, especially after practicing your affirmations and visualizations. Shifting to a growth mindset is foundational for any entrepreneur facing uncertainty. challenges become less about roadblocks and more about opportunities to learn. Think about this example. The founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, was rejected by over 200 investors before finding someone willing to support his vision. Instead of calling it quits after the first few setbacks, he treated each rejection as a lesson to improve his pitch. That's the growth mindset in action. A growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, and that last name is D-W-E-C-K, is the belief that our abilities, intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. Both Robbins and Beckwith emphasize the importance of seeing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. We can adopt a growth mindset. We view setbacks as part of the learning process rather than signs of failure. This shift is especially crucial in entrepreneurship, where resilience and adaptability are key. Exercise. I want you guys to embrace your yet thinking. Whenever you catch yourself doubting your ability to do something, add the word yet to your thoughts. For instance, instead of I'm not good at marketing, think I'm not good at marketing yet. Instead of I can't handle financial planning, try I can't handle financial planning yet. Transform the old limiting I can't statements instead of I'm not good at public speaking. Reframe it as I'm not good at public speaking yet, but I'm developing this skill through practice. If you can talk, period. You can talk in front of 2 people, 200 people, or 2,000 people. While you transform your thinking, create a small wins tracker. Keep a daily log of minor progress. You should start seeing the evidence of your work. Focus on areas where you're improving rather than the gap between where you are and where you want to be. This simple adjustment reminds you that skills can be acquired over time. You don't have to have the skill right now. You can gain it over time. It reinforces the belief that your capabilities are not fixed, but they can grow with effort. Where focus goes, energy flows. Tony Robbins. You've heard that many, many times also from other individuals. And I'll leave you with this. Keep in mind that if you are at point A and you want to get to point B, let's just say from Miami to San Francisco. There's any number of ways that you can go from Miami to San Francisco. It is not impossible if you understand that San Francisco is a city on planet Earth. Everything that's in your mind that you can envision, most things are physically already here. Someone else has already done it. So if it's possible for someone else, it is absolutely possible for you. There's any number of ways that you can get from Miami to San Francisco, but there is a most efficient route. So even if you're not on the most efficient route yet, but you know that you're headed in that general direction, whether you are traveling by foot, bicycle, car, or plane, you're not going to be able to snap your fingers and immediately be there. There's going to be a time-space gap. But as long as you understand that you are moving towards your end goal, from Miami to San Francisco, count it all joy. You are heading in the right direction. And if you are heading towards San Francisco, whether you're walking, biking, car, by plane, is there any doubt in your mind that you will actually be able to get there? Other than death, have the same kind of faith while you are on your journey in life. There should be no doubt in your mind that whatever it is that stands between you now and your future self, you can overcome it. You can get there. Have that same kind of faith. And I guarantee you it will happen in due time. So that is all for today. I will be joining you guys again on next week. We are going to wrap up this chapter. When it comes to understanding visualization, when it comes to setting yourself up and moving into that transition mindset and that transition mode, and we're going to start to move towards, okay, what's next? What's next? After I get my mind right, after I get my thinking right, what's next? Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you all next week. We'll continue this conversation. And remember, visualization, practice it, get somewhere quiet, sit, think, relax, and fall in love with your ideas, fall in love with your vision. See you next time.